for undiluted, unadulterated. It's probably replicated, but still not yet duplicated. It's sports only on the Legbete TV radio. I seriously love listening to it. Hello, everybody. What's up, people? My name is Timmy Dakuro, and you're listening to Legbete TV radio. Stay tuned.
Mesdemoiselles, mesdames et messieurs, je vous dis bonsoir. Je m'appelle Fomant Demot et ce soir, je suis avec Legbete sur Legbete TV Radio.
Hi, my name is Evian Gomez. Papa from there and I live in China for unrest. Keep listening to Legbete TV, guys.
You are listening to Legbete TV radio. This is radio like you never heard before. Legbete TV radio, the pathfinder for radio. Legbete TV radio, redefining broadcasting. Listen. Legbete TV radio, we dare to lead.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Thursday edition of the Spurs Buffet on Legbete TV radio. My name is Idafi Matthew Segura. You love to comment on Legbete on the spot. Step Monique, Osimhen did not play yesterday. They played on Tuesday. And before you put your half-baked Deacon information out there, Olivier Giroud also scored. So, and a Napoli player by the name of Sfarastella also missed. I know you can't spell that name, so it's difficult. But when you're putting that information, please check your facts properly. I'm sure you did not check properly. Yesterday, Napoli did not play. Yes, that's somebody from Instagram trying to put up half information there. Well, this morning we have a whole lot to talk about. Chelsea are looking for help. They are in confusion now. They're looking for help. It does look like they might not win a single game to the end of the season. Frank Lampard have played 4 games, 2 in the league, 2 in the Champions League, and lost all 4. You could also say that, come on, the Champions League, that was a tall order, almost impossible to achieve, so not a big deal. You can't blame him. Potter put them in that place. But then, like Potter, like Julian Nagelsmann, as bad as the season was for Chelsea, Potter was progressing in the Champions League. As awkward, because I can't say the Bayern season was bad. As awkward as the season was, Julian Nagelsmann was progressing until they brought in Alhaji Tuchel. Alhaji Bamanga Tuchel came in and what he gave them was a 4-1 aggregate defeat plus a red card and a team that is punching each other. That's what he gave them. Okay, that's the job is done so far. Well, he's kept them on the top of the German Bundesliga, but they're still within touching distance. They can be knocked out. But strange things are happening. Yes, strange things are happening in football. Daniel Levy have come out to say that Harry Kane can win trophies at Spurs, and eventually he will get his statue outside of the White Hart Lane Stadium. And I'm trying to understand this because it's just me alone. I can't comprehend it. Maybe I'm a Kana man because they say that the spiritual things are spiritually designed. The Kana man cannot understand them. These things are not footballically designed. Daniel Levy is a Jewish man, so he's speaking in spiritual terms because I'm not sure it is in physical terms. The last time Spurs won anything was in 2008. That, by my calculation, is 15 years ago, and it was the Calabar Cup, the League Cup or Carabao Cup, or that time was the Carling Cup. That's the only trophy that they won. I'm not sure. Harry Kane wasn't there. Wasn't part of the winners. So my question is, what trophy can Spurs realistically win with this, their squad and their coach? Okay, they will get another coach next season. What is the realistic title that they can win that Daniel Levy is talking about? Because I'm not sure it's the league title. I'm not sure. I'm also not sure it's the FA Cup. I'm not sure it's UEFA Europa Cup. They might not even qualify for Champions League. And even if they do qualify, I'm not sure it's also the Champions League. So, my people, do you believe Daniel Levy that Harry Kane can win? Because this is coming on the back. This is what happened when City wanted to sign him. He said, oh, if he said they would enforce the team, they would bring in new coaches, they would win title. They didn't win anything. Even the coach that took them to the finals of the Calabar Cup, they did not allow him, Jose Mourinho, they didn't allow him to finish the job. Jose Mourinho did they lose finals. They didn't allow him to finish the job. He would have won that one at least on record that Spurs have won recent Carabao Cup, but they didn't win that one. Now, he's saying that. That's strange. Well, Chelsea, you have to help us today and list the players that Chelsea must kick out of the team. Who are those that must go? Like, they must go. Carry their career. I don't want to use the word Ghana must go now, but they should carry their career and begin to go. Yes. Who get load, carry your load. Who get load, they must go. Whether not through 911, private jet, overnight bus, anyone, young shall grow, but they must go. And then who are those that, yes, so bad as in bad, you cannot throw away the dirty water with the baby in the dirty water. So you can't throw the baby with the bath water. Who are those that should stay like, okay, let's keep this one. Then Eric Ten Hag and Manchester United had a chance to keep it 2-0 or probably even make it 3. They made substitution, brought in Harry Maguire, and Harry Maguire happened to them last week. Now they are going to the home of the team that have PhD in winning UEFA Europa Cup. Can Manchester United turn it around? Can Manchester United shock Sevilla? Marcus Rashford is back fit. Luke Shaw is back fit. Everybody who's injured is back fit. Okay, so they just might be there. Don't forget, Manchester United played against Barcelona in Spain and they got a good result. But then again, Nou Camp is where they won the Champions League, so they probably know how to do well at the Nou Camp. But then, can they go to 6-time UEFA Cup winners, Sevilla, and go there and get a result that puts them through to the next round? That's one big question that we all must find a way to answer. Still to come on the show, the headline making news, and then the transfer gist, and then we all come together and talk to each other. So the first half of the show goes. My name still is Idafi Matthews. I'm going to love the comedy. This is the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. What are you watching on YouTube, Instagram, online on www.elegbetetv.com/radio, or probably on the mobile application Elegbete TV on your Android or iOS device. Thank you very much for joining. Let's have some fun. If you've not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do us a favor by subscribing to the YouTube channel. And I've got is it the news now or information or something to say during the course of the show? I'm going on the road. Okay, I'm going on the road, and it's probably going to be for 2 weeks or more. So probably from tomorrow or Saturday. It depends. It could be Saturday morning. It could be tomorrow. But I hope most likely tomorrow on Saturday. And then that journey is going to take me the graph. There's around the world in 80 days. I'm not going to do 80 days, but this graph is going to take me Lagos, Jos, Enugu, Aba, Port Harcourt, Benin, back to Lagos. It's going to take a while. I'm going to explain that as we go, and we could branch off into Uyo if possible, if the resources are there. Because this is like this, I'm going to be traveling like the Israelite. No money in the bank, no cash at hand, just be going and be believing, be hoping that miracles will happen as I go. It's been long, so I've done such things before. I'm a hitchhiker for life, right? But that was when I was single. I'm about to do it now that I'm married. I have kids, I have a wife and kids and people who depend on me. You guys need to pray for me, but beyond praying for me, anybody who is led, as they say it in church, to support this risk that I want to take, please don't hesitate to call on me and say, send your hazard. Let me bless you, because it's going to be a crazy risk. And it will be like, just thinking about it is giving me goosebumps. Just the thought of it, like, you want to put yourself in trouble. Well, let's get in on the stories that we have to share with you guys. Anywhere you are there, wherever you're listening from, thank you very much for joining us on the show. Without you, we have no show. No matter how prepared, how many stories we have, without you guys, there is no show. You guys have been very, very consistent with us. You guys have supported us, pushed us, believed in us, and we just can't help but take some risk and try to do things out of the ordinary, things that we normally have not done. It's not new to me, but I know that I've not done that since I started this project. Again, I want to take it on another level now. Right, let's see the stories coming in. Let's start with Chelsea. Koulibaly and Havertz may have to go. Doubts remain over Mason Mount and Cucurella. Why Kante and Broja should stick around? What does the future look like for Chelsea's bloated squad this summer? Chelsea, who should stay, who should go, and who is playing for their Blues future? Yes, we're still talking about Chelsea this week. Champions League exit against Real Madrid has all but ended Chelsea's season, allowing them to accelerate the process of sorting out their squad for 2023-2024. The Blues were dumped out of the European competition after a 2-0 defeat at home on Tuesday night, compounded their woes in Madrid a week earlier with the exact same score. One issue that has been troubling Chelsea all season has been a side's bloated first-team squad. So, guys, help Todd Boehly and tell him who to go and who to stay. It is no longer business as usual. So who's going to go and who's going to stay? Inside the Chelsea nightmare, let's talk about that a bit. Players are disillusioned over Todd Boehly and considering futures. Okay, so when I saw this story and I said I'm going to use it on my you are disillusioned over the owner, the guy who pays you. It's not as if you can just wake up and say, I resign, I'm going to another club. The football is not like that, okay? You have to honor your contract. I do my part by paying your salary. There are KPIs, there are expectations, there are things you must do. You're not doing them. Chelsea have not scored a goal in 7, just scored only 1 goal in 7 games or so. And then you wake up and you think, okay, we should just be nice. In the last 7 games, they've not won any game. Okay, they should just be nice to you. And because the owner of the club walked into the dressing room to give a piece of his mind, this guy spent £4.7 billion to buy the club. He has expanded another £601 million to buy new players. Then we're not even putting into record the amount of money that he has spent paying compensation for the people that have been fired, from the backroom staffs to the coaches and everybody. That's close to another 1 billion, everything put together. So we're looking at a project that is getting close to 6 billion, and you are disillusioned because me, the owner, who's spending all this money that your papa and your mama don't get, nobody in your family have 1% of that money. You are disillusioned because I came into the dressing room. You never play for MPFL. That's why you are disillusioned. If you don't play for MPFL, they don't put all of them for half salary by now. You not go disillusion. You're going to find hard to play well. Thunder will fire all these Chelsea players. Yes, I can't say it in English, but I can say it in my language. Okay, let's go back to the story again. Inside the Chelsea nightmare, players are disillusioned over Todd Boehly and considering futures. Mykhailo Mudryk's dressing room visit caused unrest and a pay cut. Okay, the things that we say cannot happen in Europe is about to happen. A pay cut and a cull on the squad is coming. Chelsea stars considering their future, having grown disillusioned over with owner Todd Boehly. If you did consider your future, where are they go? Chelsea co-controlling owner Todd Boehly and clearly Capital face growing discontent from players who have major concern over the club's direction. Former Bayern Munich head coach Julian Nagelsmann is emerging as the Blues' preferred option to replace current interim head Mugu Legbere Kola coach Frank Lampard at the helm of affairs. Frank Lampard will now go on record as the only human being who have Hall of Fame and Hall of Shame. He's a player in the Premier League and in Chelsea is a Hall of Famer as a player, but as a coach 2 times is a Hall of Shamer. He's a captain, the PSG holder in the Hall of Shame department, both as a coach in the league and as a coach for Chelsea, because let's not forget he went to Everton too, and we thought he was conducting a revival. What we actually saw was an abracadabra instead of a revival. And when it was time for him to say, open sesame, he only opened shame, open smelly. That's what happened. There was no sesame there. Well, let's continue. Preferred option to replace current interim head coach Frank Lampard at the helm for next season. Although the club insists their hunt for a new boss remains an open process with no final decision made on their number 1 candidate. Moving forward, the club next manager faces the difficult task of convincing a group of players who have grown increasingly unhappy. How can you be unhappy when you're not even delivering? You're unhappy for what, man? What did they make you unhappy? I don't understand. You're not playing well. You're not scoring goal. You're not passing well. You play like headless freaking chicken. Eh? I can't be your. Okay, let's move on. Unhappy at Chelsea in recent weeks about the direction the club is headed under Boehly and Clear Lake regime. Okay, let's leave that one. Let's leave one confused club and go to one stupid club. This one is pile of shit. They have everything. You know that song? Some have food they cannot eat, some can eat but have no food. We have food and we can't eat. All this is happening. Everything in that song is happening in London. Arsenal have food and they can't eat because whether you like it or win the league or not win the league, they have succeeded this season. Tottenham Hotspur have food, but they cannot eat because they have a good stadium. They have one of the best training facilities. They have a squad that some coach can even use to win Champions League, but they just can't do anything. Yes, that's when you plant apple in Nigeria, it no go grow. Okay, that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Now, Super Singer will not be in the year 2000 that song was released. I'll not be missing her. Tottenham chairman Daniel Levy claims Harry Kane can absolutely. When somebody's used the word absolutely, it means that there is no going back. It is certain. You can take it to the bank. But my question is, on what premise is it saying you can take it to the bank? It's like saying the devil cannot lie. God cannot lie, his word must surely come to pass. Now imagine the devil cannot lie, his word must surely come to pass. Hello? Nigga, please. Are you serious right now? That's exactly how it feels like when Daniel Levy says this. Well, let's go back to, let's revisit the story and read it from top to Buhari. Sorry, top to bottom. Okay, Tottenham chairman Daniel Levy claims Harry Kane can absolutely, Jesus Christ, are you God? My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. That's what John Legend lied to us. Are you a fish? If you see lion, please don't run. Just stand up and face it. You know those stupid things that people say. Those motivational speakers will say, if you see a shark underwater, don't swim away, turn and face it and touch its head and rub it. Hey. Some things that you should not be hearing, but you just hear. I fall 7 times, I stand up 8 times. You never fall better fall. You got the fall where you go fall and you go there. It's called lying in state. God will meet you at the point of your need. Well, let's go. Tottenham chairman Daniel Levy claims Harry Kane can absolutely, not investment. So if you don't put that word, this thing will not make my story, my choice of story to do. Can absolutely win a trophy at the club amid fears the forward could leave this summer over their lack of silverware, and says he wants to erect a statue of his star man. Tottenham chairman Daniel Levy plans to build statue for Harry Kane. Let's go straight to the body of this headline. Tottenham chairman Daniel Levy insists Harry Kane can finally leave silverware at the club despite their 15-year silverware drought and wants to erect. Hey, erection. Nigerian doctors know how to do erection. Bola enlargement. He want to bola a statue for him. Oh God. He wants to bola a statue for him for the forward amid doubt over his future. Okay, Kane has been with Spurs since joining their academy in 2004 and has become the club's all-time goal scorer with 273 strikes, earning his status as one of the world's top forward. The 29-year-old will become a free agent next year and is expected to have a number of interested suitors this summer, with the player still yet to lift a trophy in his storied career. What a shame. What a shame that a pitting man died in a pit. Oh, Lord. In such a shameful manner. Well, let's talk about something that would amaze you. Because if I put out a question and ask you, how much do you think that referees in the Premier League even earn, per match? I'm sure some of you, let's even leave this story. Let me ask you guys, what do you guys think that referees in the Premier League, not Nigeria, the English Premier League, how much do you think they earn per game? Just think about it. and give me an idea what you think they end by game. Some of you might know it now, but let's just leave this story and then I'll come back to it. You see, the thing about football that I don't like, once players start saying we want to revenge, just know that they will lose. And when you talk about revenge against teams that are weak, not teams that are the principalities and power. That's why, as a human being, I have never prayed and I am casting and binding the devil, because nobody can. I think it's the most foolish prayer point ever in the world, that you are casting and binding the devil. You can't cast and bind a shareholder of a company. You are just a staff in the company and you are casting and binding a shareholder of a company that employs you. Nah, you can die, the devil cannot die. So think about it a little bit and think about it well. Principalities are power. You can only pray for God's grace to direct the devil away from your area, but casting and binding, you don't have the power to do that. I'm sorry. I know that church folks will jump on me and say, oh, Christ in me is the hope. Shut up your mouth. The devil has been here since the foundation of the world. He wasn't created like you. He didn't come out of dust and he's not going back to dust. Just think about that for a minute. So I'm leading this to somewhere. I have heard people say that every time they want to play Madrid, they say we are going for revenge. Remember when Liverpool, led by Mo Salah, say I am going for revenge? Since Madrid beat them in that revenge fight, their life have not remained the same. Chelsea, after getting beaten last season, last minute, Rodrigo Magic and the NASA pass of Luka Modric. This season, they say they are going for revenge. Now 2-2. I get it. 1-2, 1-2. You know that DJ thing. 2-2, 2-2, 2-2. I get it. 2-2. Woto. They get it. Woto. 2 in Madrid, 2 in London, and everybody, London has fallen now. Bernardo Silva, nobody send that move. They beat Bayern. Yes. Everybody should rest. The next thing that came out of his mouth, he said, we want revenge. Madrid and Champions League. You want to cast and bind the devil in his territory? Okay. Hey, you are a ritualist and you are casting and binding the devil. Don't worry. They will soon use you to do the money. Well, this is what Bernardo Silva had to say. He said, we want revenge. Yeah, if you're not from where you will understand this thing, but it's part of the show. Let's keep it going. Bernardo Silva insists Man City are confident. Voodoo. Yes, they are the Olowo Boboro one of football right now. Don't worry. They are confident of beating Real Madrid to reach Champions League final. Okay. As Pep Guardiola says, all clubs feel they must beat the 14-time winners to lift the trophy. Well, I'm not saying they cannot win the trophy, but they should not push themselves in a place that will make Don Carlo say, you know what, guys, let's leave Barcelona. They're already 11 points ahead of us. Let's prepare for this one. This one, let's put some fasting and prayer to it. Let's prepare ourselves for this one. And we might not even win it. Let's even leave it for the Milan team, because I'm from Milan. I play for AC Milan. If AC Milan is the final, I can make them win it. But this Man City, these arrogant English people, let's deal with them. Let's see. That might just happen. Okay? But this is what he has to say. Well, Bernardo Silva predicted that Man City are heading to another Champions League finals after easing past Bayern Munich on Wednesday night. So there is the trappings of them winning this season's trophy, right? Remember when Chelsea went to the final at the Oleg Lushny Stadium and Anelka missed the penalty and John Terry played the ball. You know, he shoots the ball, the rocket to the moon, right? Remember that night when rain was falling all over the world? Yeah, and then they came back. That's 2009 or 2009 if I'm not mistaken. And then they came back later after Manchester United won that night. They came back in 2012. And Drogba said, devil, get behind me, not today. Jump up and equalize with the header and kick the last penalty. That's what she wrote against Bayern, right? Man City does look like they are that team. They can come back from losing to Chelsea that they have no business losing to. And then the world invented the new phrase for Pep Guardiola that he was overthinking. They can come this time and he will not think and win it. But Bernardo Silva is allowing the devil to use him. Be careful. I will some people say, Kane, Kane far. Too. Don't be go and putting yourself in a place where Madrid will vest and say, let's take all the ammunitions that we have. Let's give them some feel of what Russia can do to America when they collide with China and India and the rest of the world. Like America, they're like the woman with the issue of blood right now, but that's a conversation for another day. Well, Bernardo Silva bullishly predicted Manchester City ahead into another final, Champions League finals after an easy pass Bayern Munich on Wednesday night. And for the record, Erling Haaland finally beat Thomas Muller in a football match. Okay, after that friendly win, he finally winning a match against them. Okay, so let's move on. But then Pep Guardiola being as petty as can be. They won the game, and then he was walking around like a snake that came into the Garden of Eden, and he was just going around, and he saw Eve, and he said, "Did God actually say that you should not eat from this tree? Do you know God is hiding from you?" And from that moment, me and you that was not there, we inherit the sins of Adam and Eve, but we did not inherit the money of King Solomon. It's a problem with the Bible sometimes. But let's move on. Pep Guardiola consoles distraught Leroy Sané after Bayern Munich were knocked out of the Champions League quarterfinals, as Manchester City manager appears to check winger's bruised lips caused by Sadio Mane's punch. Pep Guardiola told him, "Oh, sorry, no, sorry, Pep Guardiola took a time of his post-match celebration with Manchester City to console an emotional Leroy Sané was crying. Cuckoo keke. Okay. After defeats of Bayern Munich exit the Champions League, Guardiola previously worked with Sané before the German moved to Munich in 2020. However, pictures after full time in the Champions League encounter shows the pair still maintaining a good relationship. But I know that in the back of Pep Guardiola's mind, he say, "Oh, not good for you." Say you want to leave. You want to leave Man City, where you win the league title almost every season. You want to go and win in Germany. Good for you. But just I said, punch your lip. Let me see. Sorry, bro. Yeah, but in his mind, sir, good for you, sir. Oh, sorry, man, why you not punch your eye? I for punch. But give her eye the red, or give her that one. But hey, so they now ask Leroy Sané, what's up? What do you think about this game? That's Man City, your former club. What do you have to say? Leroy Sané admit Manchester City were unbelievable against Bayern Munich in their quarterfinal clash as German champion crashed out of the Champions League, but insists he's proud of the spirit shown by Thomas Tuchel's side. Well, no, not proud of him. May they sack you. Okay, the Bundesliga champion crashed out of the competition after drawing 1-1 on Wednesday night, meaning the aggregate scoreline was 4-1 against the English side. Now, the specialists in failure have something to say about the punching of the lips of Leroy Sané. Waiting no consign now, they always put him out. That's why Jose Mourinho called him the specialist in failure. And if I call the specialist in failure, you already know. I know that I wrote to his team to interview him, but they might not even give me the interview again. But I'm not going to talk my mind. Fear of lying, the make person shit for house. That's a fear lying, shadow again. I talk my truth now. As a Wenger, the specialist in failure claimed a lack of trust and communication led to Sadio Mane and Leroy Sané dressing room bust up, and insists that the Bayern Munich duo needed to set aside their personal conflict for the interest of the team. Mane struck his teammates in the lip after Bayern's 3-0 defeat to City in the first leg of the Champions League quarterfinal at the Etihad Stadium. That day, Pep Guardiola no go see Leroy Sané 1 week after. I say 1 week your lips is swell up like this. Watch now, atomic bomb they give you. What's wrong with you? Now bang at the scatter your face. Well, I was asking this question: how much do you think referees get paid? I'm sure nobody sent anything about it. So let me go here and talk to you about it. When Jude Odion Igalo, my guy, my brother, and my friend, a wonderful guy, a guy who is aging backward, he's getting better with age, like fine wine, came up against Al Nassr, Ahmed Musa's former club, who is currently the number of Ahmed Musa that he left is now what Cristiano Ronaldo is wearing. He's trying to live up to the standard of Ahmed Musa. When they met, Ahmed Musa called Odio Egale, so Odio were Alpha. See, I don't want no, I'm gonna not lose this game. Not for my hand, not for my hand. And I'll just say, Vamos! I will not for your hand. And they were beating 2-0. Odio delivered the 2 penalty. Not just tell me say penalty easy to score. Go and ask Olivier Giroud and Farastella and Bukayo Saka in the last days. In this perilous time of missing penalty, Odio dispatched the 2 very well. And Cristiano Ronaldo was booed once again. Cristiano Ronaldo has been booed more in Saudi Arabia than he's ever been booed in his life. But then, when he considered the money, when I remember the money, I forget the boo. You remember the money when they are paying him? The boo is sounding like praises to him. Like every time they're shouting Messi, he's thinking they're shouting Sue. Well, Premier League referee Michael Oliver raked in £3,000 to officiate Saudi Arabian clash between Cristiano Ronaldo's Al Nassr and Jude Odio Egalo's Al Hilal after being flown in on business class, double what he earns for an English top flight game. Howard Webb, the new boss of the PGMOL, is said to be more relaxed than his predecessor at the Football Association and sees the benefit in his officials working in other domestic league. This just reminds me of where I used to work, right? They don't allow you to do anything outside. So you are a slave to that system. And then in other places, you're allowed to do other things. This is what Howard Webb has done here. So in other words, referees in the Premier League, Steve Oko, what did you just say? Enyimba target Jude Odio Egalo. Odio Egalo go buy Enyimba. Now what's wrong with you? You don't get respect. If you write this thing again, I'll block you. If you write this thing again, I'll block you. Enyimba target Jude Odio Egalo. One more Odio Egalo buy the club. Unless Otiti we don't win election. That state. So for all the state for just to go and play ball now, wait, they feel like I'm going to Aba very soon. So let me not talk what is on my mind. But we all know, you and I, we all agree that Aba is the dirtiest state in Nigeria, the dirtiest, the funkiest. So just respect yourself. Take target Odio Egalo for what? Odio go buy the full club. How much is saying by what right now? Oh, don't let Odio verse go buy the club now, turn out to football academy or orphanage. All these guys are the verse Odio. Don't let Odio verse. I'm just telling you. Well, that's the stories. So for those of you who don't know, Premier League referees, they earn £1,500 per game. It's big if you convert it to Nigerian money, but that's small money, compared to the players that are playing in the league. But let's move it forward. Let's look at some of the transfer speculations that you've not been told. I know that some people don't laugh, scatter their office. But this is my style. If you're looking for very serious people, you know where to go to. You know the frequency and the dial to go to. I'm not serious. I like to have fun. Okay, Manchester City are preparing to offer Norway striker Erling Haaland a new deal in a bid to word of interest in the 22-year-old from some of Europe's top clubs, including Real Madrid. Okay, Haaland is ready to discuss a contract extension, but his current deal no longer includes a release clause at £175 million as a consequence of Pep Guardiola signing a new 2-year deal as a club manager in November. So Pep Guardiola extended, people want to say. Nobody wants to say beyond Pep era, because the thing is, I was saying to somebody, because I was on a show last night in Germany, the German radio, and I was telling the guys that, look, when Pep Guardiola, Jose Mourinho, Jurgen Klopp leave the scene, there is most likely not going to be a top-class coach anymore in football. We're going to have pretty much very average coaches, because the era that we are in, players have become too powerful. Players have become too weak. The male players are weaker now than the female players. Female players are still stronger and tougher than the male players. And as we're going, eventually in the next 10, 20 years, football might die, or probably football will lose the value that we know it. And remember, maybe it will reset itself 20, 30 years from now at this rate that we're going, because footballers are becoming too weak. Footballers are becoming too very... the game is no longer as it used to be. It's not as competitive as it used to be. People just know that no matter what we do, we get paid. Whether we lose, we get paid. Whether we win, we get paid. Fire a coach, he gets paid. What's the motivation to even stay on the job? Let's be very honest. You fire me, you will pay me more than even when I work. So what's the motivation to stay on the job? All of those things, and then these days with all the officiating VAR, you just lean on somebody, you can be red carded. You just touch somebody small, they just pretend you can be red carded. So there's a whole lot of things that are messing up the game, but it's coming in gradually. Like America messed themselves gradually. They're now reaching a place where the entire world are saying, you know what, you don't do. When I never get into one of the offers, apart from war and causing problems that affect the rest of the world, when I not get one thing one of the offer anybody. When I owe debt past everybody, when I get more homeless people past everybody, when I get people for prison past everybody, there is nothing good that you people offer anybody. Now, we want to let you guys know that we're not even interested in this mumu dollar anymore. Let's see how it goes. Well, let's push the conversation and keep it going. Somebody said, what if they stop all the social media? TikTok, now China get them. We'll go use it. If they stop their social media, some of that social media will come up and we'll use it. That's just the thing. But let's keep it going. Chelsea have decided against pursuing the ex-Spain boss Luis Enrique to become their new manager and will instead turn their attention to former Paris Saint-Germain boss Mauricio Pochettino. What is happening with Chelsea? The confusion is beyond me. Chelsea have gone from the dream club. There was a time where everybody wanted their team to be like Chelsea. Everybody like, you don't be Chelsea owner be this. I remember when I started from be like, don't be Chelsea owner be this. Don't be this. Is that not what a rich owner does? Now you have a richer owner, but he get mental problem. Okay. Former Bayern Munich boss Julian Nagelsmann impressed during initial talks with Chelsea about the role and is seen as a likeliest candidate, but they still want to try other people. You see, when you're a working class man and you're looking for a girl to marry, every girl, you want to sample every girl first before you marry. Until you start losing your job and then you start losing your spending power, you now realize that you can marry someone. This is exactly what's happening to the Blues, to Chelsea. But I just pray shall they fix the problem quick. The Blues' decision to snub Enrique will leave the path clear for Tottenham Hotspur to appoint the Spaniard who is 52 as Antonio Conte's successor in North London. Okay, now Enrique is somebody I like. I don't wish he goes to Spurs because I think he can do something there. But then again, Spurs is cursed, so they cannot even do anything well. Okay, how about Chelsea players will see their wages reduced by at least 30%? Okay, when they do that in the MPFL, you people complain. You people say this is not done. You have a contract. It's not possible. Make on the redo. Will the club set to miss out of the Champions League next season? Okay, Manchester United are interested in signing Netherlands and Bayer Leverkusen right fullback Jeremy Frimpong, who's 22, with United prepared to offload Englishman Aaron from Anambra, Uwa Mbisaka, yes, 25 years of age, and Portugal's Diogo Dalot is a lot of problem. That guy is the lot of a problem for himself. Barcelona will not be able to sign Argentine forward Lionel Messi, 35, from Paris Saint-Germain in their current financial situation, says La Liga president Javier Tebas. Okay, this is the most biased, most one-sided, most critically enemy FA president ever. I don't know what is his business with his obsession with Barcelona. I mean, stay neutral. It's none of your business, man. You don't even know the deals that they're negotiating behind the scene. West Ham have identified Luis Paulo Fonseca as a potential replacement for David Moyes, who is likely to part company with the club at the end of the season. Remember Paulo Fonseca? Okay, some of you don't know him. Go search him out. Arsenal could sell 21-year-old England under 21 striker Folari Balogun on loan at French side Reims this season to RB Leipzig in the summer to help fund a £100 million move for West Ham and England midfielder Declan Rice. Yesterday, I told you that Declan Rice is one of the players that they need. I think that this is what Arsenal should do. Quickly give Reece Nelson a contract, sell him for 20-25 million, sell Balogun, sell Eddie Nketiah, who again, let Elneny go. That one, nobody will pay any money for him anyway. Let him go. And then there's another player that should be sold. Maitland Niles, who's on loan right now, if I'm correct. Sell him as well. Those players, sell all of them, and then collect your money. Buy Declan Rice. Get in Yuri Tillemans, give him the sign-on bonus and everything. Give him a good contract, and then bring in another striker. I would not want Dusan Vlahovic. The only good thing about Dusan Vlahovic is the pronunciation of his name. Is very sweet, sexy, and attractive. Other than that, I don't want a player who think is Ronaldo da Lima when in actual fact is just 2 inches better than Eddie Nketiah. I don't want that kind of player on my team. Well, let's go to Real Madrid and what they are looking at. Real Madrid and France forward Karim Benzema 35, has signed a 1-year contract extension, keeping him at the club until 2024. I know what they are planning. If they don't get Mbappe this season, they definitely will get him next season, and Karim Benzema will just slot into slide out. Mbappe will just slot into slide out Karim Benzema. French for French, that's no problem. AC Milan's Portuguese winger Rafael Leao, 23, has confirmed he wants to stay at the San Siro despite reported interest from Manchester City. Go to Man City. Pep Guardiola will make you a better coach. I know that Stefano Pioli have done well. That's your ability to play on the counter. It will work well for Man City. You become the proper replacement for Leroy Sané. Bayern Munich and Netherlands prospect Ryan Gravenberch, 20, is another player being considered by Liverpool as they look to revamp their Asian midfield. Okay, Manchester United and Newcastle United are interested in 21-year-old Sporting and Portugal defender Goncalo Iheanacho. Okay, the Iheanacho version in Portugal. Okay, West Ham could suffer a mass summer exodus with 30-year-old Argentine forward Manuel Lanzini, Italian defender Angelo Ogbonna, 34, Czech Republic 30-year-old fullback Vladimir Kofal, and English left back Aaron Cresswell, 33. These are the retirees. Spanish forward Pablo Fornells, okay, 27, and 28-year-old Czech midfielder Thomas Suchak, okay, set to follow captain Declan Rice out of the door. Well, that's a good one. They should leave, and new set of people will come in. We're talking about contract extension. German midfielder Toni Kroos, 33, could sign a new deal with Real Madrid. Despite report, he may retire. So it's between and between. Might choose to retire, might choose to play ball. Who wants to see Toni Kroos retire? That guy still plays football. He still kick a long shot. He still long passes, short passes, move around. It still does look like he can still play some more. Why would he retire? When you're done, please go to Saudi Arabia, pick up some money, play for another 5 years. Look at Jude Gallo. Come on, you can learn from Jude Gallo now. There's a whole lot there. Tottenham are interested in a move for 20-year-old Chelsea centre-back Levi Colwill, who has impressed on loan at Brighton this season until he comes to Spurs now and become a leg bearer. Manchester City captain Ike Gundogan, who has been linked with Barcelona, says he must assess if his 32-year-old body is up to the rigors of another season in England because the running is too much. Chelsea could have loaned either or both Senegalese goalkeeper, either Edouard Mendy, 31, and Spaniard Kepa Chegu Arize Abalaga from the Ututuama Kingdom of Mbise in Imo State. Okay, in order to sign Borussia Dortmund and Switzerland goalkeeper Gregory Kobel, who is 25 years of age. Now, so the matter be when it comes to transfer speculation. Now it is to me, to you. Yes, let's do some JoJo. You say, I read, we laugh, we explain, we analyze, we talk together. Yes, you for me. I told you, that's so play to the sweet. Yes. And so if we don't play, Sam, 4 make I 4, and I play to the sweet. If now only one person is 4, it don't have problem. Okay, so like I said before, I promised to explain my routes. Okay, guys, I'm going to, from this weekend, I'm going to go on a gamble. It's a gamble because, see, there's money in the bank. It's not a gamble. Anywhere I hook, I'll come back, right? But I'm going to go on a gamble each hiking run or road. Now, this is not the first time. It's not my first rodeo. This is practically how I have lived my life. And one of the reasons why I've been able to go to 52 countries and back. I'm going to take a gamble with that again. I'm going to try that road again. I'm going to take my home to the whole time road. Right till I can't get more. You know that song, right? Yes, I want to do something in that nature, something in that level, and see how it works, if it's going to work for me. It's worked before, so I'm not surprised, but I want to hitchhike my way through certain states in Nigeria. I know that there is also insecurity, but I'm counting on you guys to support me, to help me, to look out for me. Definitely, the Spurs buffet might suffer in the morning, but I'm sure I'm going to be able to do my diary section every evening. The what's it called? The places might not be as comfortable as it used to be in my travels because I'm going with my producer. I will probably might be sharing a room. That's a long time. I'm not sharing a room with anybody in a very long time. But that's about what we can afford to do right now. But let me break it down for you so that you see. Okay, so this weekend we'll be going to Jos, Plateau State, for production of the league. And when we're done with that game, that's going to be Plateau United versus Nassau United. Instead of coming back to Lagos on Monday, We might stay back till Wednesday and pick up a few content in Plateau State, and then we'll ride on the road to Enugu. We've not been to Enugu for a while. Next weekend is the Bayern Youth Cup in Enugu, but we'll ride on the road to Enugu. First off, go to Rangers camp, see what's up with them, and do a few content there. And then we'll cover the Bayern Youth Cup, which is an obligation because of the contract we have. We get that one done, and then we stay again. Instead of leaving on the Sunday or probably on the Monday next week, upper week, sorry, we would stay till Wednesday, get done with Enugu, and then get on the road again, head to Aba. Yeah, I've been wanting to go to Aba the whole of this season, and now I just realized I'm not going to have any production to do. So let me take this risk and go. I'll go to Aba, and then I'll stay in Aba probably for 1 week. And if I have my way, if it is possible, if we have funding, we'll go to Umuahia. And then from there, we might go to Port Harcourt. Remember, Port Harcourt is a very expensive city, so we're looking for the cheap areas to go to. We might not be able to do Port Harcourt, but if we can, we'll go to Port Harcourt. And then from Port Harcourt, we would slide it into Bayelsa. From Bayelsa, we would cut it down to Benin, and from Benin, we'll get back to Lagos. That's how I plan it in my head. That's how I see it in my head. But you see, the thing about each hiking, and then in between, there is an Uyo there in the conversation. We might not. So, but the thing about each hiking is that it doesn't always turn out the way you plan it. It's like going for a mountain climbing. If you've ever done mountain climbing before, it's always not turn out the way it is. You could twist a knee, something could happen, and your journey will be cut short. But I just want you guys to put us in your prayers, myself and my producer that's going on this risky move. The risk involved is because we don't have the money, but we're thinking that we could just make it and tell a story of how we conquered on all of this. So we will fly from Lagos to Jos, and from Jos all the way around, it's going to be by road. And you know how risky our roads are, right? I've got 3 lovely kids. I've got a wife. I've got people who depend on me. But I'm going to try and take that risk. I don't know what you guys think about it. Should we do it, or should we come back on Monday after the Just game? Just tell me what you think in the comment section, whether on Instagram or on YouTube. But it's just something that I feel I want to do. I'm bored staying in Lagos for this long now. I just want to do something crazy. Like I'm an adrenaline junkie, so like I just want to do it. Well, guys, let me read your messages. Tell me what you think about this plan, and we don't have more time again other than this. So let's take it. Let's leave this as the demonic guy. I don't know what he talk. Let's go to who's the next guy. Saviki said, "Don't let pastor hear this. They do their business. I do my own. They are not the boss of me." Mr. Demashaw, he said, "I listened to the interview. Bernardo didn't mention revenge at any point. He said they must beat Real Madrid if they must win the trophy." What does that mean? What is he inferring? It's revenge. Okay, if they will beat Madrid, don't be revenge with that. Okay, Steve Oka say, "Hey, target Judo if I beat it." But bros, you heard the news, but I need your opinion. I beg. Okay, let's not do joke here. I need your opinion on my trip. Give me your opinion. Saviki said, "Please, please, that per day, is it based on the number of days they feature on the entire month?" So referees are not paid on monthly; they are paid per game. It's just the way it is. If you go officiate a game, you get paid for that. That's how it is done everywhere in the world. So you're paid per the game, not per the month. Nobody's going to pay you per. Referee is not a full-time job; it's a part-time job. Referee, go read the rules of the game. Referee is a part-time job. It's not a full-time job. It's a hobby, just something you do on the side. It's a side hustle. Damelix, he said the owner is the main problem. He doesn't have football knowledge. You go learn. Stepmanic to say, in my own eye, my African footballer of the year is Hakimi. Why? What thing you don't do we make him be African footballer of the year? This Dickin, I'm not sure. You know the year from the Lord, though. This one, you just hear for yourself. Stepmanic to say, please take Mopo with you when you are traveling, no, sir. Okay, please, if you can pay for it, it will be fine. Okay, if you can pay for the mopo, and the time is I never get money to cover my own self and accommodation. You see, my take mopo to draw attention to me. Can I not just blend in and just go? Ooh. I beg you, leave all those stuff. Let's find a way to have this conversation in a different way. So let's start with the guy who was here before the show started. Divine Kane, he said Spurs don't ever win preseason cups. Jesus Christ, some people are just made sure. Just be nice now. Be nice. Be nice to them. They are ambitious. Okay, they built a 61,000 capacity stadium that have hosted a boxing match where what's it called? Alexander Usyk beat fine boy Anthony Joshua. The Divine Kane wanted to say, please, can we replace Chelsea's story with golf? The pain is severe. I don't know how much longer I can bear. No, we're not going to replace them. We're talking about Arsenal for the past 20 years. I never even start. Okay, so he listed the players that must go. Divine Kane say, Bessiman, Yao Felix, Koulibaly, Cucurella, Mendy, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Gallagher, Aubameyang, Ziyech, Sterling, Pulisic, and Chalobah should disappear. Who am I missing, Seth? Oh, you're still missing somebody after you call an entire Israelite people that cross the Red Sea. After you listed the entire chronology and genealogy of the Israelites, you're still missing somebody. Olama to say Chelsea should just let go of the aged players in their squad. All of them no sabi again. List their name. I want list them. Let's know who you know there. Yami Dynamite said Chelsea need to start their revamping from their Legbear coach Lampard. Yemi Dynamite went on to say Levy must be dreaming or smoking something expensive because at what age those trophies won't come when he is already in his football old age already. And then she went on. My sister get my match out. And she fine. If you look at, she look very innocent, like a furry cat that cannot do anything until to use the paw to tear you. Okay, she said maybe like £5,000 to £15,000 a year for referees. You really think say they rate referee well to blow whistle pew 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 to run after the ball? You know they kick the ball once, they'll give you that kind of money. Now 1,500, 1,500 pounds. Allow to say Bernardo Silva suppose no talk. He just go wake the lion Ancelotti up from his sleep. Well, let's wait and see if they will be able to revenge, as he has said. Mayowa Adebayo, he said, you spoke my mind. Pep is unforgiving. He just did purely eye service to Sané. Needless condolence. Pep is like, no, don't forgive. Forgive what? I'll forgive you so that you come and kill me. You try to kill me, you escape. I'll come and forgive you for what? How? My boy, I didn't see that kind of thing. Wait, let me even ask now one thing. So as when I watch this show, so if I click the like button, police go arrest you now. Just to click the like just click the like, thumbs up like this. If you just click it, police go arrest you now. I don't understand. What I'll do first, one day when I ask you, I will just jump with Bola naked. Maybe that time when I go like, sure. To just click like, so just press on even on your phone or your computer anywhere. Just click like, maybe the like doesn't go up. Now I algorithm no see human being the watch this thing. Better they put me for optimized level when I know we just do one. Wow. If I want offended, I don't do Rich Buhari now. If I would do anything, I don't do Rich Buhari. Some people will like her before the commodity like. As I use it, they use the commodity like. Sure, we used to have 5 like, you don't go for. He say, Benny. He might be wicked, child. What people agree to now. Now, thank you. Yemi Dana might say, Pepe, he needed forgive. We saw how he wanted by all means to deal with Yaya. Yes, now Yaya. Now what Yaya want? Now I see. Yaya done the coach now. We'll go see whether he can forgive players. Yemi Dynamite, he says, so if they work weekly, they earn £6,000. Not so bad for a job that helps one live healthy and keep fit, but for a resident of UK with certain lifestyle, it will be small. Okay, now you're talking where we go. That's the place where you stay, so you don't understand. Yeah, I mean, that I might say, if to say Todd Sabi, it will be doing everything to get Zizou. I'm not sure say Zizou won't come there. That's what I think he should have gone for him, but I'm not sure he wants to come there. Bobby Ukegwe says, I know we haven't defeated Sevilla before, but tonight they'll lose because we now have Ten Hag. who makes things happen. It is the Ten Hag that makes things happen to the point one at this. So you people were gingerly winning 2-0, started making substitution, and he brought in my catastrophe, not Maguire, and the rest, as they say, is history. Yeah, I mean, that I might say, if to say Todd Sabi, he will be doing everything to get to. Okay, I think I've read that one before. And Dichala, our star boy, I like the way your name they show different. This membership thing, it does have a very fine outlook to it. You just stand out among everybody. That's good. It does good to be that. That star, your name is in green and it's different from everybody. And Dichala Mama say UCL poised to be great this year. Serie A back to UCL finals. Oduni Remileko say, he said, Naso Levy, they promise every season to tie Kane down. If Kane like, make him remain there again. I know. And they say, Oduni Remileko say, what an impressive performance from the City 12th man on both legs. Upamecano. Yeah, your father left here. You are wicked. You are evil, brother, man. You are evil. Here's a Patrick say different Koboko for different Aboki back. Okay, no, different strokes for different folks. I, for one, do not like traveling. Jesus Christ. What kind of life are you living? Are you a stone? Your name should be Livingstone. Oh. Livingstone. That's what your name. You not like traveling? I like traveling more than going to school. I used to love going to school, right? That's how much I like traveling. I like traveling more than going to school. I like traveling just exactly the same way I like reading books. Jesus. Who don't like traveling? I used to say to people that if I got up to 40 and I wasn't married, I know I have to not marry again. I have to not marry again. I'll just get baby mama, have like 1 or 2 PK. Does they send them monthly keep up? My job is to travel around the world. Travel around the world. In 2012, when I first wanted to do YouTube, the name of the channel was the Travelers Experience. Yes, the Travelers Experience channel. That was just all what as a matter of fact, I went to Kenya Airways. I almost got a sponsor for it too. I went to Kenya Airways. I spoke to a lot of airlines. I've done presentation to Qatar Airways, Lufthansa. I've spoken to them. That was my first encounter with. So when some people think, say, now them make me, they do YouTube, I just think and they're like, so this rat. They don't even know where this boy they come from. Forget I don't work for Al Jazeera. So I wanted to do it because I thought the thing that gives me joy the most is not even watching football. It's traveling. My crew will tell you that the best place where I read is on the plane. Like when I'm on the plane, I read well, but I always carry a book when I'm traveling. People don't even know that for airport. I'm passing through the airport. It's like, where's your book? It's like, oh, you did my bag. It's just one of those things. I like traveling. Jesus. If not be say the roads are not safe anymore. I had this content around the MPFL journey through Nigeria that I wanted to do in 2017. What was it about? Carrying my bag and my camera man, and then we travel the 36 states of Nigeria, visiting different stadiums, visiting different landmarks in each of the states, and then doing content using football to tell the story of the cities. It's just, I just give an expo for content now. It's just that the country is not safe enough. And then I also wanted to travel across the 54 countries of Africa, like go to every country, talk about football in their country, and then talk about their food and then some key landmark and the distance between one country and the other and what it costs to travel from one country and the other. I remember then I'd already spoken to Alliance Insurance, ICO Insurance, for sponsorship. And, I was getting positive response already. But then Mr. Buhari happened. That guy happened. So it's one of those. I like traveling anyway. Traveling is like my biggest spend in life is in traveling. Like Jesus, traveling is sweet. Like I could travel with an empty pocket. I remember traveling from Port Harcourt to Kano. I hitchhiked my way. So I entered a free ride from Port Harcourt to Aba. From Aba, I joined a bus to Enugu. From Enugu, I got to Benue. From Benue, that's how I landed in Kano with all those people that are carrying Onyo and the rest of them. And I just went there halfway. I think I joined a tanker, a diesel tanker, sat in front like one of the motorboys. And I've got traveling experiences that are crazy anyway. But hey, I like traveling. But I can understand you too. Not everybody will like the same thing. Tosi Adebamba say, please come back to Lagos after Jos. So we don't have ransom, I beg. Okay. Tosi Adebamba, he say, we love you. I know you guys love me. But I love to obey my instinct. My instinct says, go and do this shit. I think I want to do it. As a Patrick say, bros, you they believe say nobody know you. You're popular. Yeah, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. Just anybody say, how can the referees be paid that low? That is room for corruption. Football, if you like, pay them any amount of money. The corruption, anybody organize the corruption, not be the referee. Now the people are above, right? So don't worry yourself. Henry Morris say, good morning, bros. Good morning. Leffy gets the right kind for Kane that cane sugar cane. It's sweet when it first hits you, but very painful when it's dropped. Okay, this is Patrick say my reason is actually fear. Maybe because I never get money for higher transport. I always say my last prayers once I enter any traveling bus. So let me say this thing to you. This is how the universe will work. Everything you imagine always come back to you. So rather than being so scared, why put it that this way that you're going to have an experience to remember, knowing the road, knowing the places, and even if you're traveling by bus, chatting with people inside the bus, seeing how people reason, different IQs. You know, the thing I don't like with the plane is everybody's just sitting there minding their business. The thing I like with the bus is if you travel by bus. And most time when I travel, I like to pay for 2 seats so that I can be free because of my crop knee, right? But that fun that comes with gisting with people is very, very nice. I'm overshooting my time now. So maybe that's me anyway. I'm a crazy guy like that. And remember, say, bros, you fit still do that traveling around Nigeria. Or there's a more safer and cheaper way to eat. So all you've got to do is visit one for Benin first. Hey, Jesus Christ, but it's a fool. Divine okay say, if Madam agreed to this travel thing, who am I to say no? My wife already this morning she finally got a seal of approval. So I think I'm going to do my Gulliver travel and then get on the road and do some stuff and see how it goes. Okay. Okay. Let's go down a little bit on Instagram. I've not read some of the questions. To take a punch, but yeah, that guy don't go search online. He don't go search online. Somebody don't go search online. I just submit a guess. They're not good. Nigerian people, I know just guess. Must go Google. Sometimes I don't like say Google day. Okay, so let's take it from here. Baba J619 say Mingo Bros Brendo. I think you should cut the states. They are too much to cover. Maybe you can do it twice. But if I do this one now, I might not do another one again. It might be later. The next one that I would do would have to be sponsored. If I do it once, I'm not going to repeat it again without a sponsor on it. So I'm going to cut this across right now, then come back. It's going to be like 3 weeks. 3 weeks is not like, okay, I'm going to miss my children. My wife's birthday is next month. My daughter's birthday is next month. I'll find a way to be there, sure. He said, why did Mane even punch Sane? What did he say to him? Mingo Bros Brendo, Aproko, now go kill you. Aproko not good for woman, not to talk of man. Mind your fruit business. I said they find the fruit too. I supposed to send you supposed to send me one thing that time. So those commentators, I'll meet them again this weekend. Akim Busuyu Solomon, they say it's 38k pounds a year that can move up to 70k pounds. Oh, that guy don't go search online. Sometimes just use your own guess. And the fun is in the guessing. Samanic say, I like to travel too, but my dream is to travel out. Jesus Christ. For this your old age, you see the dream to travel out. Then they dream to travel out. You just wake up and you walk and you travel out. You can't dream it out. Choose EA. He said, good morning, Lagos. I've been listening all through. Thought I'd say hi. Thank you very much for saying hi. Mr. Demosho said, people don't actually know UK is a low-wage society. The headline transfer fee make people think all players earn much. The average wage in the UK is 1,890k per month. People don't know that too. sometimes when I'm discussing this with people, like, no, come on, go and sit down there. No need. Good luck, Mr. Gulliver. I read that book, Gulliver Travel. Mr. Gulliver Daffy, make memories on your trip and come back to gist us next week. It's going to take like 3 weeks. So, Mr. Demoshaw say, so a referee earning 1,500 per game is very high. Yep. Akbas Baba is laughing. Aproko, I go kill you. Divine Tokeye says, if Madam, okay, I think I'm read that one. Asa Patrick say, make you do beneath juju first. Nah, I trust God. Asa Patrick says, so Michael Oliver, they earn 1,500. Almost see what Sancho giveaway in a day. Well, this is why I do the content on the show. Thank you very much for joining me on the Sports Buffet. Most definitely will be here tomorrow. Back at the Salah to my Muslim brothers and sisters. Happy holidays to Nigerians tomorrow and Monday. But then this weekend, I'm going on the road. Pray for me. Give me your support. Definitely. Jos and Enugu is guaranteed. After Enugu, Aba sort of guaranteed. I will be giving you guys my diary in the night if I can't, say do the show in the morning. But definitely there's going to be diaries in the night. My diary section in the night. 9 p.m. to 10. I pray that the internet is good wherever I'm going to as well, and it makes life better for all of us. But let's just go on the trip, so be with me on the trip. You will see a lot of short videos, and the content will come. I hope that you guys will like it enough to encourage me to encourage a sponsor to say, okay, you know what, you've done it once, we want to give you money now, do it on a larger scale, because that's the reason why I'm doing it, right? To show that, okay, this thing is possible, it's doable. Let's tell stories of players, coaches. See, the trip in itself is risky, but the product of this trip, I would guarantee you that you will love it. I can tell you that for free. Remember what we've done with Coach Ayuri. Remember what we did with Bemi, the referee, Nagege. There's a little boy in Nagege that when we come back from the trip, we will do a story. It's an amazing story. The boy, his father abandoned them when he was like 2 months old. The mother left. He's going with the grandmom, ski foot to the feet, right? His name is Bello. We're going to work on that one when I come back, when we return from the trip. But guys, if you feel the need to support us, please do. But as you pray every single day, just pray for us to be safe, for us to be fine, and for us to get what we are going out there for. Truth is, if nobody tells the story of Nigerian football, there's nobody out there that will come and tell, because they are busy telling the stories of their own. And I think that we should put our money or our work where our mouth is and see how it goes. So I'm going to try. Not too many people have done that, but I'm going to try and see the results. I'm all about results. And I think I'm optimistic when it comes to doing anything that has to do with the league. I'm going to play my part until my last day on the face of this earth. I'm not going to be in one place and be complaining. I'd rather get to do the job and see how it goes. Having said that, thank you very much for everyone who's been part of the show. If you've not subscribed, please do want to subscribe. More quality content are coming on this channel, on this platform. We'll keep improving, and God willing, one day we'll just wake up and find out that we already have 1 million subscribers and our content are blowing the roof. But until then, I remain Idafe Matthew. You're going to love to come in on the sports. It's been the Sports Buffet on Elevate TV Radio. Have a lovely Thursday, and let's do this again tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.
Margaret, and I am the greatest. I love listening to Elegbete TV Radio. For undiluted, unadulterated, it's probably replicated but still not yet duplicated. It's sports only on Elegbete TV Radio.